Hello, Michael Finn, Holistic Exercise and Lifestyle Coach, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about why it is so important to train in all three planes of motion: forward, backward, side to side rotation, and combining all of them together as you get better and stronger and more functional. So, it is important because if we constantly are moving in the same pattern, so especially if you're like bolted into one of those machines in the gym, you're moving in that same pattern the same way over and over and over and over again, and what ends up happening is the tissue gets worn out. You know, it kind of gets developed because you're working it, but at the same time your body can get injured more easily because it might be really strong in that little plane, but you move about 20 degrees off that plane and it's not strong in that position anymore because it never really got used. So this is why we constantly need to be changing the way we do things. So with my personal clients and my personal coaching, I change people, their exercises and the way that we do them, whether we speed them up, slow them down, change the plane of motion, add a weight in a different place, so that we load the tissue differently every 3 to 6 to maybe at most 8 weeks, so that we're constantly changing the way things get loaded. So we want to move in every plane. When I'm out playing on the playing field, I'm running around and I'm having to chase the ball. Well, the ball's not always going to be straight in front of me or straight behind me or straight to the side of me. I'm going to have to take angles, and therefore all of the different muscles are going to have to move differently, and I'm going to have to run different motor programs in my brain to do that. And on top of that, the ground is not necessarily level. It might be bumpy grass, and so it's going to be, sometimes my foot's going to be flat, sometimes my foot's going to be rolled in a little bit, sometimes it'll be rolled out a little bit. All those little things that you have to take into account. So when we're training in our program, we want all of those factors to be involved in our program as well, so their body can constantly adapt. And this is going to keep you injury free. This is how I have been able to compete for over 30 years in sports without some big major injury that keeps me away from competing in the things that I really want to compete in. So, and it's also really great for keeping you functioning very healthy throughout life. So I will show you really quickly, and I have a whole nother video just specifically on this multi-directional lunge, but I'm going to give you an example right here of a multi-directional lunge that I'm moving in lots of different planes. So if I pretend that I'm standing on the face of a clock in the middle, and 12 o'clock is right in front of me, and 6 o'clock is back behind me, I'm going to step out to 12 with my right foot, I'm going to drop down and I'm going to push back out, and I'm going to come all the way up to the center again, and then I'm going to step out to 1:30, and I'm going to rotate out that way, then I'll step to 3 o'clock, then I'll step to 4:30 back behind me with my right foot, then I'll step back to the 6 o'clock with my right foot, and then I'll step out to the 12 with my left, I'll step out to the 10:30 with my left foot, I'll step out to the 9 with my left foot, I'll step out to the 7:30 with my left foot back behind me, and I'll step out to the 6 straight behind me with my left foot. So that way I'm moving in all sorts of planes of motion. I could do more things of even rotating my body in my upper body as I do it too, like I just did there, stepping out with my right foot and rotating to the right while I'm doing it. I'm adding more motion to the way that everything needs to move, working muscles in different planes so that things don't get overworked and overtired. So because I've been training for such a long period of time, I tend to change my exercises every week, and I do different exercises over a 2-week period of time before I actually start repeating them again, because I've been doing them for countless numbers of years. Okay? We can do that with our lunging, we can do it with pressing and pulling exercises and just changing the angles that we do things. It's all very important. It's why I like working with Swiss balls. But I want you to be clear, as this is why this concept is so important, especially if your goal is to stay happy and healthy and fit for a long time, just like me. So if you have questions, reach out, put some comments down below, hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, all those good things. So it helps me feel great when I see that, so that I produce more and more videos and more content for all of you. Have a happy, healthy day. See you on the next video.